Hello everyone, this is Candy, the 614 Stitcher, and today is Monday, August the 16th, 2021, and this is my Flosstube episode number 19. I would like to welcome and thank all of the subscribers and viewers of my videos. It has been a whirlwind, and I appreciate it. I have been quite busy, so I have not been able to respond to comments yet from my video number 18. However, I will be doing so. Life just comes out and just derails everything. And so that's why I'm a day late. I had planned on recording yesterday and didn't feel well when it was time for me to record. So I would like to thank everyone. If you have subscribed and are coming along on this journey with me, I appreciate you and hope that you continue to find enjoyment in my videos. If you are viewing my videos and have not yet subscribed, thank you for watching. I do appreciate you and hope that someday you'll feel like you want to subscribe. And for my returning friends, I really, really appreciate you. And I want you to always know and remember that. I want to also, I am trying a different recording style today, so I'm not really sure how this is going to turn out. I've figured out that I could actually record in YouTube and hope that it'll go a little bit smoother. I'm going to keep working on it. If you noticed last week, I got to 45 minutes, and because my tablet does strange things at 45 minutes, and then I have to edit and cut them together and do all of that, I didn't get a chance to talk about my plans. So hopefully with doing it through YouTube, it will, I'll still be able to put in all of the content that I need to. So, well, we're going to go ahead and get started. I do have a little bit to talk about. I did not have any finishes this week, but I have had some new starts, and so we're going to start with those. So for Magazine Monthly Challenge group, that's the only group that I participate in, is as far as the cross stitch is concerned. And this month, again, it was Robyn's choice, and she chose birds for the theme. And then the acrostic was also her choice, and it's her favorite flower, sunflowers, which I love sunflowers too, so I totally get it. So for one of the S's, and I apologize, I thought I had this in a different order. I am working on Sunshine on a Stem by Hands on Design, and this is actually going so much more quickly. My goal for this piece was 4 hours, I think. No, actually it was 3 hours, and this is where I'm at right now. I still have a little under an hour left to go before I meet my goal on this project, but I really love it, and it is so much smaller than what the picture looks like. So I started this on Thursday the 12th, and I use my own conversion. When we kitted this up at Keepsakes, I use different threads. And so when I get finished with them all, I will put them in the show notes or in the description box if you want the conversion. But if you can see the petals are a little more goldeny brown than what was used in the model. So I'm really enjoying it. I will probably be complete with my 3 hours. Today is Monday, probably by Wednesday, because right now that is what I am working on first thing in the morning. So my next start, which was a very minor start, I was working on starting. It is Let's Be Frozen, and I am using this for Ursula Michaels. It's the U in Sunflowers. And when I say meager, it is very meager, because as I was working on it, I kept thinking something is not right. So I only put in the eye and the heart. But when I took it to Keepsakes and Miss Susan looked at it, she was like, "It looks perfect. What are you talking about?" So the back stitching, it calls for back stitching, and all of this, all the words for the most part are back stitched. Now there's back stitching and full cross stitches in some of the words also, but you start out with, or at least I did, because I started at the top so that I could work my way down with the back stitching, and you only use one strand for the back stitching. And I was just like, I don't know, maybe I need to put in use two strands, but with Miss Susan's approval, I am going to continue on. So there will be more work put into this this coming up week. I just wanted to make sure that it looked okay before I started doing all that back stitching, because if I needed to use two strands, then I could. That was new start number 2. And then new start number 3, I started for World Cross Stitch Day. I went to Keepsakes on Friday, and I had a great time. I always love going down there and being around my stitchy pals, and enjoying the time that I spend with them, since I don't get to see them very often. So this is Stitchography, and it was put out by the Fat Quarter Shop for World Cross Stitch Day, which was Friday the 13th. Sorry, I'm like all over the 15th. And this is my little bitty start for this. It actually took me a while, even though I was down there. So I didn't want to do it on white fabric. So this is a 28 count color and cotton, and I cannot remember what the name of it is, so I'll put it in the show notes. Pardon me. I am using the called for Cosmo flosses on this though. And what took so long is that we were all voting on which gray I should use. So there was a smoky gray or something. I had like 3 choices picked out. And so in the end, this was not the one that actually won the vote, but this is the one that I loved. So this is the one that I went with. And so I will be putting in more work on this. It's just when I get down there and get around my friends, I try to get in as much talking and socializing as I can. And sometimes the stitching happens and sometimes it doesn't. But seeing that I only really get to see them once a month, I'll take visiting with all of them any day. So now those were all my new starts. I do have a couple of whips, you know, that I worked on. And the theme that I chose was winter Cardinal etchings, and I've shown it every week. It's by Heart and Hand, and I love it. And so my goal on this piece is to get all of the trees completed. So I thought I was going to be able to put in the trees, and I probably could put in the trees without putting in the actual cardinal first. But I'm going to start working on the cardinal just to make sure that my counting is correct also, because the cardinal actually sits right in the middle. This is on a 16 count Ada by Charles Craft, and I am using the thread for the trees that I'm using is Classic Colorworks Timbers. So it actually has, and I don't know if that's going to really show up that great, but it actually is a green brown mix, and I really am enjoying using it on this piece. It's actually going quickly. Also, I stitch on this piece while I'm on the Zoom call on Sundays with Garon Stitchery Toten Bag. Maybe I should have said that the other way. Garon Toten Bag Stitchery. And so I work on this piece part of the time that I'm on that Zoom call. So on Sunday, so it's going very quickly because I don't have to do, once I get the line in, then I can just put the stitches in, count over 2 more, put some more stitches in. So it's going very well, and I really do like it a lot. It'll be a nice late winter, early spring piece, I believe, because I actually have cardinals I see them all winter long. So it's not like they come and go, but it'll be nice to have that in the spring also. My next piece that I worked on that I am starting to really enjoy is my Octopus Biscornu by Tiny Modernist. And I am stitching this on a 16 count Fortnite fabrics, and the colorway is Morning Glory. And I need to make sure I'm holding it up correctly. And I have gotten to here. So since you've seen it last, I have put in all of the octopus's head stitches. There we go. Head stitches. I have started also putting in more of the his arms. I don't know why I get on here and can't seem to think, but his tentacles, I've put in some more on his tentacles, and in his head part there's actually 2 shades of light blue. I don't know if you can really see that. These come to life because of the back stitching. I mean, it took me a minute, and I'm stitching it, and I was like, well, when do I get to the octopus part? But now, like these 2 open holes, right? This is one of his eyes, and this is the other. And then there's some orangish, reddish stitches that will go in here that will actually show where his tentacles are. So I need to get a little bit more progress on this. My goal for the month is to have 2 of these, not backstitch, but 2 of them completely stitched, with the exception of the back stitch by the end of the month. And it's the 16th. Look, I was about to say the 19th again. So I need to get really moving on this because I want to meet my goals this month. It is turning out to be a stressful month already, but I'm working through it all. My next project for, okay, I did that. So I pulled out for the F in Sunflower, I pulled out Fairy Garden, and this is what it will look like someday. I don't know when, but someday it will look like this. And when I last showed it, and I take this on here just so that I wouldn't show the pattern, and now the tape is trying to come off. So let me secure that down a little bit more. I don't want to show any part of the pattern. This is in Just Cross Stitch April 2020 magazine, and I am stitching this. And when I last showed it, I had this motif completed and this motif completed and this middle section here. And so now I have actually put in the second match to this. So on this other side over here, this will also finish out the very top part of it. Now this piece also has quite a bit of back stitching in it also. So once I get the second this last motif in over here and put in the middle, the rest of the middle stitches right there, then I can move down the side. So my goal on this piece is to have 3 motifs done. So, you know, I'm well on my way because I already had these 2 done. And then I'll finish this off. And then I guess I'm trying to decide if I want to go ahead and keep doing this next motif, which is just another one of these pink flowers. So it's this motif, 2 pink flowers, and this motif again. Then there's 2 more pink flowers. Then there's the square ender. Then there's 2 more flowers, the square ender. The big part of the stitching is actually the total center part, which is here. And in my mind, I'm thinking I really want to start working on this part of it also. It's going to really depend on how much more time I can devote to this week. Actually, I don't know that I'm really going to devote too much time to it this week, but next week I'm on vacation. And so I can really get a lot of stitching in. But once I get those 2 in, I'm thinking instead of doing the 2 pink flowers on the side, to just start coming down the page instead of jumping over here and then here and here and all of that. So I don't know if any of that made sense. It made sense up here, but you know, from here to here sometimes it's not a good something breaks communications or something. So that's where I am on my projects for this week. I do have a little bit of haul. I have been trying to cut back. I'm saving because I'm trying to go to, I have, other than Stitch Away and now StitchCon, those are the only 2 retreats that I have been to. And so I am putting some pennies back in the hopes that next year maybe I can go to a couple of retreats. I think it would be fun to see how different, well, everybody kind of does it the same, but you know, just to have the experience of going on a retreat and meeting new people. I'm looking forward to doing that. So I'm putting my pennies back and trying not to spend very much. But anytime I go to Keepsakes, all bets are off. So I am I have a couple of projects where I'm stitching on 18 count with one thread. And while I was there, bless her heart, Stephanie was working and she was doing all the inventory. And so they got in these needles and they're called Peacekeepers. And while I was sitting there, they were talking about how there are a lot of ladies in there that they are stitching on 46 count and that they love these needles for 46 count. So you think I could use that for 18? And they was like, sure. So of course, it's going to be interesting. I use ball tip needles and I love them. However, I am finding that with the 18 count and the one thread, I don't know if it's catching or what, but I have a little bit of a snag issue sometimes with those. So we'll see. Sorry, Albert's thirsty too. So my next bit of haul is actually me trying to find a fabric for the the Holiday Quaker by Lila Studios. So I picked up a sample of 32 count vintage Stormy Night Lugana, and I really do like it a lot. I was talking with Gary in the Sunshine Stitchers because I was thinking that the called for fabric is a 40 count. And, I was talking to him and he was like, it's not going to be that much larger on a 32 count. And so he actually did his Halloween Quaker on a 32 count. And so I'm going to see about stitching on 32 count. I think what I'm going to do is just pick a motif out of the chart and start and see how well I like it. So that was that. And then I got some Stitchy Kindness from Miss Lisa at Keepsakes. Sorry, I'm trying to pull them apart. And she gave me a snowflake needle minder. I don't think she even knows that I'm passionate about snowflakes, but it's very pretty and you can't tell, but oh yeah, there it went. It has a glittery sparkle that doesn't come off. So it's awesome. And then this is a donut and it's covered with chopped nuts. So thank you, Miss Lisa. I love needle minders. I had started collecting them. So I also, when I placed the order for the Stitchograph from Fat Quarter Shop, they had this bag on their daily find. I don't know, but they have a thing where they mark prices down for 24 hours, and so when I see little bags, I always pick them up, and so that's that. And then at Keepsakes, I did get the summer edition of the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. When I looked through here, I bought this magazine especially for, and I'm going to see if I can find it really quickly, because of a pattern by Shakespeare's Peddler. And now I'm not finding it. I should have marked it, but it was Glory, Glory, singing that song in school. I don't know why. I don't remember a lot of things. Okay. I don't remember a lot of things from my childhood, but I do remember singing that. Also, I want to show this because this is a beautiful Biscornu. And you know, right now with stitching stuff, we are having a Biscornu stitch along, and isn't that pretty? It's spring summery. So I might have to do another one in the summer with this one, because it's really, really pretty. So, you know, I know these magazines have a lot of punch needle in them also, but the charts are also really, really nice. The cross stitch that they have in them. For all you cat lovers out there, here's one that even though I'm not a cat lover, that's by Stephanie Webb Lindy Stitches, and it is so cute. It's too bad that, like, dogs, she doesn't have dogs, because my dog stretches just like that. And so I could put Albert right in that picture. So, but I do really enjoy this publication. It has a lot of nice things in it. And then I picked up, I am already thinking about May and Mental Health May. I'm going to do the SAL again. And so I'm already collecting charts for May already. And so I picked this one up. And I always, when I find them in charts, I will be picking them up. And so this describes both of my hobbies very well, because I also quilt and cross stitch, and so there is a very thin line between hobby and mental illness for me anyway. And then one last thing that I did pick up, my friend Lynn X Stitches Creates made an Ohio project bag, and I picked it up, and so it will go with the Ohio little bag that I also purchased from Ronnie. So I'll link her in the notes below, but it's lovely. I love it. She used all of the words inside also, and then her trademark button zipper pull. So I love it. Thank you so very much. I'm going to move my Sue Hillis that I started in June into my Ohio bag, since I'm stitching the state of Ohio. So now let's talk a little bit about plans. This week, actually it started last week. I've started working overtime again, so this week I will be working overtime all week, which is not leaving very much stitching time. However, with that being said, the following week I'm on vacation. So my plans for this week, I have finally settled. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't showing anything. So one of the, my friend Julie, hi Julie, sent me her mom's magazine with the Sunflower Fairy in it. And I am going to be starting this week. And I finally, what took me so long was the fabric. They are, the model is stitched on a 32 count copper penny linen fabric by Witchell. Well, I didn't have copper penny, and I didn't have, I didn't want to buy more fabric. Like, I'm in a fabric of the month club. I'm actually like in 2 of them now. So I was just like, I need to work with what I had. So, of course, one of the things I do when I go down there is I take what I have and what I'm thinking about and ask and see what everybody thinks. And so I'm going to be stitching mine on a 28 count Joe Lugana Old West by Color and Cotton. And then, so I am actually going to start at the lower part and work my way up, which is different for me, but that's what we're going for. So I will be starting her this week. And my goal for her is, 4 hours. So I'm thinking that within 4 hours, I'm hoping to have the small sunflower down here. And most of all of this green down in here. So I'll be choosing my own threads as I go, my own floss. That pattern calls for Valdanis and I don't have any, so I'm going to just choose my colors as I go. My next is, and I did not pull this out, but I'm going to start Faith and Endurance. It is a Lori Hope pattern, and I am going to start on reindeer. I have a reindeer that I need to stitch, and all of these are in my monthly magazine challenge for the Acrostic sunflower. So I'll show you those next week also. I will be on the 19th, which is Thursday, stitching on working on a Stitch for Sweet Freedom. Shelley finished hers and it is so beautiful, and so it just invigorates me to work on her and keep her moving forward. So I'm really happy about that. I'm ready to start on the skirt. So we'll see. The next thing is I did not get to start Christmas Sentiments, my number 8 WIPGO piece. So I will be working on that. I have until well, today is over. I have tomorrow, which is Tuesday, and then on Wednesday, I'm going to start back working on Positivity Rules. What I'm going to do is work the rest of this week on Christmas Sentiments to try to get in my 4 hours that I need for that. And my camera tablet is doing the crazy thing again. So, and then I will work on Positivity Rules and get the 4 hours in on that. I'm going to be working both of those because Wednesday just went haywire. I'm going to end up working on them simultaneously a little every day on both of them, just so that I can make sure I get the total 8 hours in on both pieces for this month. So it'll be, but with me being on vacation next week, I do have nothing exciting planned. I have house stuff planned. And so with me being at home and not really doing anything, I'm hopeful that I'll be able to get in a lot of stitches. That's my plan. So that is about all I have for you all. I hope that you are enjoying your summer. The last couple of days here have been, today was completely rainy. It rained practically all day until 5 o'clock. And I mean downpour rain. And the temperature hasn't been very high. Like yesterday, I think we only got up to 81, which is really strange in August. But I know that people are getting ready to send their kids back to school, which was always an exciting time for me when my kids were getting ready to go back to school. But you forget all of those things when you don't have that anymore. So you know, you grow and things happen and you know, different things happen. So, you know, now I'm looking forward to the leaves changing and um, all of that, I guess. I don't have nothing else right now that I'm really looking forward to. I'm looking forward to my vacation. I really, really need a vacation. Because you need a good work life balance. I'm talking to all of y'all that may be still working at home, even if you're not still working at home and you got to go into the office. You need a good work life balance, and I have let mine slip a lot. Um, and so I'm going to work on my balance. I also wanted to talk to you, and I'm going to, after this, I'll be finished. I um, had fully planned on participating in the thread stitcher common thread stitcher on Instagram, and just I'm not very savvy with Instagram, and so I have enjoyed though watching and looking at all of the different prompts and all of the different pictures. So if you are participating in that, it has really been fun to watch. I will be better next year about posting things on Instagram. I just need to figure out. I mean, I post stuff on Instagram, but you know how they have that in piece, and I don't know. Anyway, it has been very exciting to see all of the posts and all the different things that people, the different stitchy spots and all of the whips and all of that. I've really, really, really enjoyed it. And so I look forward to participating in it again. If they do it again next year, I fully plan on participating. Like I said, I planned on it this year. Now I just feel like it's too late. I'm not doing it. The other thing too is I choose a word of the year. And this year my word is order. And I have been working towards order all year, with the hope that I will definitely have more order in my life, um, that will keep me moving forward. Um, you know, order is a whole lot of different things. Your house, your life, your mental being. I want all of those things to be in order so that I can always be the best person that I can be. So if you have not thought about it, um, maybe you should think about a word of the year. I am already thinking about my word for 2022. And when I do come up with the word, I will share it with you. So I hope you are, there it is again. It's doing it again. I hope that you are enjoying your end of summer activities in preparation for getting the kids back to school, or you going back to school, or it has been an interesting summer yet again, and I don't know when all of this will ever change, but when it does, I'll be thankful. I am wishing you all a very good evening and a very good week, and I will see you next week. Bye.